Hello everybody, it's your immigration attorney Ruiz here with you today, bringing you another video in our VAWA series. Now, as you know, VAWA is congressional legislation that was passed in order to protect people, specifically parents, children, and spouses of United States citizens or permanent residents who have been victims of domestic violence at the hands of their family members. Domestic violence is physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. And VAWA provides a pathway to legalization, to lawful status, to a green card for these victims. So today we're going to talk about confidentiality. Now, a lot of people are scared to even talk about VAWA because they're scared that they're going to get their parent, their child, or their spouse in any trouble. And domestic violence is a very, very complex situation where abusers, victims, still want to protect their abusers, whether it's their parent, their child, or their spouse. So they don't want to do anything that would get them in any trouble. So VAWA understands that. The Congress understood this, and under VAWA provided that this process is completely confidential. That we won't alert the abuser as to what you're doing, and we won't take any action against the abuser because of what they've done to you or are doing to you. So it's completely confidential. The government will not reach out and say, hey, abuser, did you actually do this? They will not alert them at all. They will not make any contact. Your attorney, with your attorney, you have a completely confidential relationship where your attorney will not reach out to your abusive spouse for any reason. So the only way that your spouse or your parent or your child can figure out that you've filed a claim under VAWA is if you tell them. The process is open to whoever you want to know. Your attorney can't tell anybody. The government can't tell anybody. You have complete control as to who knows about this process. Now, your attorney should have safeguards in place in their offices to make sure that nobody can call in and say, hey, does so-and-so have a case there? Or things like that. But the government also has those safeguards as well, so that nobody can call in and get any information about it, whether you have any pending case. So you have complete control as to who knows about the process that you're doing. Immigration will not alert your abuser. But now let's say that something happened where maybe you trusted somebody and told them about the program that you were doing, and they told your abuser, and he writes a letter to the government. The government must consider all evidence, but they can't make a negative decision, based only on a letter that your spouse wrote, or your child wrote, or your parent wrote, saying that that's not true, right? So if for some reason your abuser finds out and they write to the government, or they send something to the government contradicting your claims, the government must consider that evidence, but they cannot make a decision solely on that letter or that document that they sent, that your abuser sent. So it's really in your hands. You have control as to who knows. The government won't say anything. Your attorney won't say anything. It's you who has the control as to who knows about this. And if for some reason your abuser does find out, it's important that you have an attorney to help you work on your case, because the government must consider that document that your abuser sent, but they cannot make a decision solely on that document. So we can work on your case, and we can fight for you and make sure that the government fairly adjudicates your application. And even if your abuser wrote a letter, that the case is adjudicated fairly, even upon consideration of that document, that the case is adjudicated fairly, and that we hopefully get a favorable decision in your favor. So please like, share, subscribe to our video, comment on our video, and share it on your social medias, because domestic violence is something that a lot of people go through that we may not know about. We never know who's actually going through domestic violence and who might need this advice, or who might need to hear about this video and maybe open their eyes to this process that can help them obtain lawful status that they didn't know about, or that maybe they didn't want to do because they thought that their abuser was going to get in any trouble. So please like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back with some more videos. Thank you.